great divine flow, and I am really honored to spend this time with you. So we're going to, I've been missing this book, along with my other tattered book of these little, I call them the little thin books. Oh, I love this one, Physical Wisdom. So if you want a little book to do things at home, and what I love about it is it usually tends to be like 3 to 5 moves, and the things, it really describes things well, and it's really powerful. So today, in the light of this full moon in Leo, we're going to do a Kriya to renew our love. To renew love. Sometimes, I think love is, it's like satnam. It expands and it changes what it means, and hopefully deepens and gets bigger. And of course that starts with ourselves. So tomorrow we're doing the moon circle. So it's at 1 o'clock. And there I'm going to touch on some powerful things, but I want to touch on them a little bit just to help you. There is 2 major things when you look at a big luminary, like when Venus goes retrograde or when the moon is new or full. There's 2 things. What sign is it in? And what degree is it at? Easy peasy. You just, full moon in Leo, what degree? Why is the degree important? So this one's at 20 degrees. And every time when we're in the moon circle, I'll teach you these little nuggets. And once you start knowing them, so Tony and I had a reading yesterday with, his name is Dr. Michael Lavery, and Lennox, and I love him. And he almost started crying at one point with our conjunction of Saturn and Venus. He's gay, so that kind of helps you understand why he might cry. But he's a beautiful man, and what I love about him is he's very expanded and all over, but he's very about astrology exact. What's exact? So back to how this helps you. 20 degrees. What you do is you look at your chart. I like, especially when you're a beginner, cafe astrology. Why? Because at the beginning, it just has it doesn't do the will. It has the will at the bottom, but that's kind of advanced when you're not used to that. At the top, it's like layman. Virgo in this house, this degrees. Leo, it tells you where your shit is very clearly. So you could just go in there, and what you would want to look for this, and these are little pockets, as you get deeper into it, you understand what does this full moon affect behind your head. But for today, what is it trying to love, teach, grow, heal in me in these next 2 days? Right now. So the moon is going to be full about midnight today, and then really influence tomorrow. But it's on right now. And it's going when it is, and how do we know when it's the exact full moon? It's because when it is opposite the sun, 20 degrees. So you look at your chart and you want to see, hey, first of all, if you have anything 20 degrees, that means this moon is doing a tap dance on that part of your life. The degrees are only going to do with planets, so it's only 9 things. So you might not, but you may. Or you may have something between 18 and 22, which means this is going to have significance for you in this area of your life. Setting that aside, wherever your Leo is at the time of birth, like mine's my 2nd house of money and value. Do I love me? Which is so great to have my Leo there. I don't have any planets in Leo, but my house of value is like, hey, are you awake over there? And it's interesting. So I'm an Aquarius sun. My medicine will always be Leo. So if you're a Virgo, your medicine is always going to be Pisces. It's the opposite of you. So I tend to be a little more aloof and big love, I'm really good at loving you from here. Right? The challenge would be the Leo that gets up in your, hugs you, looks you in the eyes, and is intimate. Aquarius doesn't really want any of that shit. Thank God I'm not just an Aquarius, right? I got a lot of other things that make me pretty doable, right? What actually softens me the most is my Cancer rising. So even though I'm very heady and very that Cancer mama energy is my personality. So we're going to dance in the light of the full moon. And so the lion, when you think of a lion, and the lioness is beautiful too, but the lion, he's beautiful, and he knows it. And that is a beautiful quality. We're not talking about narcissism. Although some Leos can be narcissistic, but that's not really their thing. It's really innocence. They really, when you look at the tarot and you look at that sun card and the little babies on a horse going through town, that's Leo. It's like, come on, isn't life great? I'm great, you're great, this is great, you know? And that's what we really want to embrace today. And that could bring up what stands in between us and that, right? That could bring up, I feel unseen, or I'm ashamed of this, or God help me if anybody knows that about me. Then that's actually when the narcissism comes up, because when we have wounds that we are not okay with, and we do all this gyration to hide them, we become crazy, kind of, right? And we start, acting like we're so much more than we are, rather than, wouldn't it be more beautiful? Hey, I'm feeling really vulnerable today. I'm feeling really scared. What am I going to do about this pain in my heart? Not that we're going to shout it to everybody, we want to have a little cool boundary, like, go ahead, you're good. But not acting out of harmony with who and what we really are feeling, right? So we are going to do this self-love renewal. It has 5 parts, but they're going to go for it, and we're going to go for it together. And one of the things that we're going to be listening to is Om Namo Buddhaya Namo, which we tune into in the beginning, right? This mantra is meant to tune us in to our soul, to God, to our inner power, to our Satnam, our truth. It's a feminine mantra, so Om is masculine, and it's kind of like the sun, it just shines out. Om. Om draws in the creative life for us and makes things happen. So new moons plant, full moons banish. Sometimes we get a little afraid of all of that banishing stuff, but it's good. Today's a good time to take some moment with yourself and write a few things that you're ready to wholeheartedly let go of. And in the light of the Leo, you want to let go of it because you love you. Enough is enough, right? And there's a lot, and I think this is so powerful, judgment cleanses. I'm a judger. I'm really a lot better than I was. I really am. I love me. But I have to try. My gut reaction when I see something, I'm like, fuck them. It's just like, oh my God, did you just say that? Yeah. But I'm aware. That's everything. That's why I love Kundalini. It's the yoga of awareness. You're going to do these things, and some of them, it's hard, but it brings your shit up to the light of this full moon. And that's where that Leo can go, look, these things you're hanging on to, not feeling good enough, not knowing you're worthy of prosperity, not believing you should be loved entirely, is killing you. And I want to be a lioness. So let's kick the shit out of that today, right? Let's move it out. Because, sometimes we get all in this, God wants you to love you because you will be nicer to other people. It's self-serving on God's part. It's like, oh dear Lord, your insecurity is not only hurting you, but everybody around. So the universe itself is like, I will do anything in my power to help you love you. So that's what this class is going to be about. Rub your hands together. I like to say this thing. I've been saying it for years. Probably a decade. Love the one you're with. Probably more. Love the one you're with. You know that old 60s song? Don't put that mantra on love like the person next to you, although that would be good. But love the soul you're with. Love this beautiful light. This Leo full moon wants to ignite the light of your soul, to just illuminate your life. Love the one you're with. Inhale deep. Exhale deeply. Bring your thumbs into your sternum, roll your shoulders back. Just this. Quiet all the way down. Feel where your thumbs are pushing into your sternum and feel the sweetness, the nectar of love that comes emanating from your heart and your soul. Sometimes we need to quiet down so we can feel this beyond thoughts, how we feel. How do you feel? Let's tune in. Exhale. The next chant we chant for protection. It secures the space in which we are going to do this practice. This practice is powerful. We want to have a great container to grow and to illuminate and heal as much as we can today. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Bring your hands down to your knees. We're going to start with the Sufi grind. This is one of the most important things you can do in a practice because it helps move the gut and the intestines and it releases a boatload of serotonin. So serotonin obviously is the happiness hormone, but when we're a little stuck, by we're getting a lot of that going, we'll stop thinking so much. Sound good? Hands on your knees. Hearts forward, inhaling and exhaling. Make it big and sensual. Really feel and love your body in this day. Inhaling big as the heart comes out. Exhaling as it goes back. Have a moment. Really move, gaze into your third eye. Take this moment to get to know yourself. Awesome. Keep up. Peace. Keep up. big breath. We're doing 3 minutes, so a minute and a half one way, a minute and a half the other. Pause, bring the heart out forward, and then take it the other direction. Sufi grind, especially for women, we have this ability to really feel the container, to move the healing. Breathe. Close your eyes, gaze into your third eye. By keeping the gaze at the third eye, this movement, as it begins to release the serotonin, calls the hormone cocktail up through the chakras, opening them, bringing harmony and peace through the heart, and finally the pineal. The pineal, when it is relaxed and attuned to love, can have such pristine and beautiful intuition. Breathe. Just this. Awesome. Keep up. 30 more seconds. And now come to stillness. Breathe. Just this. Roll onto your hands and knees for cat and cow. Hands are right underneath the shoulders. Drop the spine. Inhale, gaze at the third eye. Exhale, press it up. And you want to have a good pace in Kundalini. If you have any energy, it's modified, but if you are healthy through the neck and spine, really move it. Also, with the inhale, put the mantra Sat, exhale Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Good job. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Just this. Cat, cow, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Gaze into the third eye. Come to neutral spine, breathe. Sit back on your calves and heels, bring your hands into prayer. Bring your torso down, third eye. Connect your pineal, your forehead, the screen of your future, and write in your intuition, write the word Sat Nam across your forehead. Sat Nam. Setting the intention to let the universe, the Divine Mother, reveal what needs to be revealed, knowing that this Leo moon gives you the fire, the energy, and the clarity to conquer any wound, any doubt you might have. Let this moon clear away all that dims your light. When we think of that beautiful idea in the tarot of the sun, that childlike spirit with his hand in the air and a wreath of flowers around the child's head, running into the town like, hi everybody, here I am. Tune into your own innocence, your Leo-ness, your Simba. You know, I don't know if you're a Lion King person, but I just can't wait to be king. He's just so excited. He doesn't even wonder if he'll do a good job at that point, right? His innocence drives him on. Let the innocence of your soul, your pure love, awaken and give you the courage to conquer anything that is separating you from life, from love. Breathe. Take a deep breath. Just this. Really attuning to that you know yourself. You know your way home. You have the answers. Breathe. Just this. Inhale, bring your torso up, come onto your toes, bring your heels together, a couple more warm-ups to get ready for this Kriya. Hands in front, heart is forward. We're gonna do 26 frogs. We're gonna say set when we're down, nam when the hips go up. Set, nam. 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 Sit, 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 nam. Last one. Sit, nam. Inhale, roll up. Reach for the sky. Reach for the sun and the moon. Bring that prayer into your hands. Sun, Aquarius, moon, Leo, you, their little baby. They're like the mama and papa. You're the magical child. They're blessing you with intense light. So don't be surprised if you get a little agitated. Hold space for yourself. Knowing that the agitation probably comes up at the resistance to go big for love. Maybe it's time to say to somebody, you know what? We're setting a boundary here. You can't be pulling that with me anymore. Those scary things that help keep us safe are likely to happen during this moon. Pray for grace. Pray for kindness. Pray for clarity. Breathe. Bring your hands into Yam Mudra. Inhale, one knee up. Exhale, down. 3 minutes. Keep up. Really move. You You want that body to move so you can have a lot of prana, endorphins, light for this kriya. Keep up. Close your eyes. Have the breath be inhale, exhale through the nose. Sat Nam is the mantra. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Keep up. Keep up, keep up. Keep up. You're doing great. I love your shirt, pink. Yay. Keep up. You're doing great. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Pick up the pace if you can. You want to have this thigh at least parallel to the ground. Big breath. Hear the breath like a locomotive. Satnam, Satnam, like this. Doing great. You're almost halfway. Sometimes in Kundalini you don't necessarily love it while it's happening, but you always love it later, so keep up. So great divine flow, we like to say just Kundalini, no dogma. You don't ever have to wear white. You don't have to do anything. You just have to expand into love. You just have to do the work to be the best you. You're doing it. Keep up. You're over halfway. Last minute. Give it your all. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Keep up. Three more seconds and come back as you have this. Satnam, Satnam, Satnam. Satnam, 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 Satnam. 10 seconds, give it all you got. Even when you think you don't got anything left, you do, you do. Satnam, Satnam. Inhale up. Suspend the breath. Open your eyes so you don't fall over. Blink up. Keep your breath in. Exhale. Go high five all the other ladies and say, Waheguru. 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 Yes, Waheguru. So we say Guru a lot in this practice. There isn't actually anybody that's a guru. It's you. It's you. Just like Yogi Bhajan brought all this cool yoga to the United States, and he was his personal guru. And he really lit on fire, and he has that dynamic personality that got a bunch of people to go, this is fucking cool, I'm going to do this. So why Guru, right? Guru, in its purest sense, Gu is darkness, Ru is light. It's the challenges, it's the alchemy, it's the day-to-day that is your teacher. And when we really do it with reverence and attention, it brings us to the Ru, the light. We become the Guru, we become the light of our life. When we are so stable in that, we can be there for others. And it's like when a candle lights another, it doesn't lose any of its light. It gives that light, and they are able to remember, oh yeah, I gotta kind of show up in my life. In March, we'll do 3 days all together, the Aquarian immersion. It's a suggested price, so get your ass in here. It's gonna be hard, I'll just tell you. Because when you do 3 days of something like that, but it will be whatever it's supposed to be for you. You know, that there is a certain system to Kundalini with immersions where you kind of want to grind people. You want to get them to that place where they kind of break, but you're breaking. So that the guru inside of you sweeps in and says, all right, I've got you. Enough is enough. And you start to build up what you need to be sustainable. Only you can do it, you know? I love to be with you. That's where the Cancer mama part of me gets a little codependent because I do, you know, cross that line. Like, let me do it for you. You just ask my daughter, it's disgusting. But I know I'm doing it, so I like, stop it. They got it. All right, we're going to do stretch pose, and then we're going to do this awesome kriya. Okay, come onto your back. We're going to do this for 1.5 minutes. So I will tell you when we're 45 seconds through. Now here is the goal. The goal is pull the navel in, press the low back to the earth. So just watch how my hips go. And I'm pressing low back, so I'm grounded. Now I'm going to curl my head up, really tuck the chin into the neck. Reach for my toes, lift 6 inches, breath of fire. Now if you've got a lot of neck, sometimes it's the neck that's the hardest. Put a hand under it, stay in the pose. If that's still too much, 45 seconds on each side will make it doable, okay? We're on the clock, go. Keep up, you're doing super good. Stay with it. So next week, we will have a free event for self-love. It's going to be a unconditional love activation on Valentine, or on that's Friday night. On Saturday night, we have an amazing sound healing. Take care of yourself. Especially at Valentine's and all that, like, makes you want to puke. Be with people that can love you and activate the love that's inside of you. You know, don't just ignore it. Do something that says, I've got you. All right, you're halfway, so if you're changing sides, do it. But if not, you've got less than 40 seconds to go. This is a big posture. There's no getting around stretch pose. Activates the divine will, the courage, the part of you that can get through the toughest part. You're almost there. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Actually, no, only 7. Inhaling, exhaling, satnam. Inhale, hold it. Bring the navel in, tuck the chin, hold. Exhale, relax. Let the palms face the heavens, let the feet flop apart. Open the jaw, loosen up. Just this. A mantra that reminds us that love is vibrating in every cell. We're like 10,000 shiny suns inside of our body, vibrating love, vibrating the energy to illuminate not only our lives but those around us. Keep up. Hug your knees into your heart. Squeeze your knees to your chest, bring your nose to the knees, breath of fire. Satnam. You're just doing it for 30 seconds. Inhale, squeeze. Squeeze out the toxins, drop your head and keep the knees in. Also, rock up and down and come to seated. I want you to spread your fingers very wide. And now bring your hands up into the sky. Now you're going to lean back like 6 inches. It's hard. So you might come to, total erect sometimes, but try, because it's all angles in Kundalini, so you're going to do this, lean back. Now, when you're leaning back slightly, close your eyes. Gaze on the chin. This is why this is a perfect kriya for the full moon, because we're activating the moon center at the chin. Breath of fire. Now, it's challenging to keep that gaze at the chin, so just bring your awareness to the chin, bring the awareness to the chin, focus the energy on the chin. Every time you will start to wander up into the third eye or even neutral, bring the awareness back into the chin. The moon center for the chin, it's about healing your emotions, okay? So this is a challenging posture, trying to relax as much as you can. Keep the fingers wide and fierce, so they're very deliberate. The gaze is at the chin, breath of fire, keep up. Keep up, you're doing super good. This one. Spread your arms wide, stiff fingers, fingers open. Be relaxed and feel the full of ecstasy with no stiffness in your muscles. Do the breath of fire from your navel point so that navel's pumping. Gaze is at your chin. Really move the navel with each breath. Keep up. Mother Earth takes it away. Like your heart takes my lungs. Let us free each other. You're doing great. Keep up, keep up. With our bones. Gaze at the moon center, gaze at the chin, let the healing begin. There will be pressure in the shoulder blade area. Keep up. This is working to balance sugar and sodium in your body. So if you've done a little too much indulgence, it might be a little more challenging. You're almost there. Keep up, keep up, keep up. Straight up. Stick your tongue out, breath of fire. Let the gaze come up now to being neutral, to staring behind the eyelids. Pump the navel, tongue out, tongue out. Stretch the tongue out. That will activate your vagus nerve. This will purify your blood, and the blood being purified will open you up to a new vision. Keep up. A quote from Yogi Bhajan in this you want to believe. That is so good. Listen to that again. In yoga, you have to experience what you want to believe. You're knocking out your doubt. You're knocking out your shit right here. And if you want to have a better life, you got to face it. Keep up, keep up, keep up. You got to experience what you want to believe. Yogi Bhajan says, the miracle is when you believe that you believe. You're almost there. 45 seconds, tongue way out, way out. When it's really difficult to lift the arms and keep them here, you will get better at over time. This is all about activating the heart. So the more you do Kundalini, the more courageous your heart is, the more clear your heart is, and the more powerful your love is. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Bring the hands together. Fingers come together, thumbs together. Now, this gets challenging. I want you to straighten the arms as much as you can. Pull the inner elbows towards your ears. Breath of fire. You're not going to be here that long, but you're going to be here. Keep up, keep up, keep up. Stretch the spine. The stretch of the spine will keep you youthful and healthy. You're in easy pose with the arms stretched over your head, with the palms touching. Stretch, pull. Pull up the spine, pull up the rib cage, pull the armpits forward. Keep the palms pressed together. Try not to press the thumbs. Fight gravity with your own will. Keep stretching up. Don't let the palms separate. This exercise may be, oh no, we don't even go for 5 minutes. Forget about that. We're going to do 3, which will be challenging. Keep up. If you need to take a break, just come down into a prayer. Pray to God you can keep and come back up. Keep up. What's really important, how I get through things is the stretch up, go high, go higher. When you start to kind of sink down, it becomes dense and heavy. So every time it gets too hard, stretch higher. Okay, tuck the chin, gaze into the third eye now. Breath of fire. Satnam, Satnam, Satnam. You're going to get a little rest. Keep up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring your hands down into Gyan Mudra. And be very still. Just this. Just this. It's amazing how the Leo energy that is this line and it's about loving self, when it is in its purest form, gives us enough fire and love and confidence to be a vessel for God. That's where that Leo Aquarius team up. Aquarius is the medicine for Leo. When insecurity is dropped, and self-love is mastered, you bring the love where hatred is. You bring the light to darkness. This is what the divine is calling you to today. It's your birthright to shine. Open up your eyes, take your thumb underneath the pinky. Make a little fist, and you're basically going to do backward circles all the way up to 60 degrees, and then all the way down to a 60-degree down here. Close your eyes, long deep breathing. Keep up. left is up, right, yeah, up, right is down, like a seesaw. One hand comes up and the other floats down. Have a slight cup in your hands. Gaze into the chin now again. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. It's what gets us up to do a sadhana, even when the sadhana is 3 minutes. It's a victory. This chant's about having a victory. The victory comes from love. The victory comes from being you. Long, deep breathing. Gaze at your chin. Heal yourself of insecurity now. Show up as the Guru. The Guru is you. Stop acting like you don't know that. You do. And let this part of you ignite with the Divine Mother and Father and claim the throne inside of you. Breathe. Keep up. into a prayer. Take your thumbs and put them right on that soft spot at the corners of your eyes. Sit up. We're going to chant now Om Namo Gurudev Namo, bringing in the pulse of the creative source of the universe into our third eye for a deep healing and a renewal of self-love. Hold. We'll listen to her do it a couple times. It's very methodical, doesn't change. Let us heal our love, our intuition, our life now. Om. Long Om. Vibrate your nose, vibrate the third eye to cleanse the decalcification of your pineal. Chant. Om. Namo posture. Exhale, can breath out. Inhale deep. Hold it. Press. Can breath out. Big inhale. Can breath out. Project your destiny. Project the healing. Project the new and loved up you into the cosmos. Hold it, hold it. Exhale. Sit in the glory of the sun and the moon. Bathe in you the confidence to love yourself and to connect to all humans that need your light. Change yourself into the person who can give, knowing that you can never run out of love. Change yourself into the person who can receive abundantly without resistance. Whatever needs to go, let it go. Whatever comes, let it come. You are God, God is you. We are one. All is well. And lay on your back and rest. At the end of class, we do a savasana with the gong to cleanse our mind and to attune ourselves with the sound of the universe. Rest. Let the feet flop apart, hands open towards the sky, open your mouth, receive. knee into your heart. Keep your left leg on the ground. Move your right knee in a circle, big circle, and breathe. Take your right knee to your left hip in a spinal twist. Look out over the opposite hand. Breathe. And love the one you're with, baby. Gently come back to center. Let the right leg go down. Move the left knee into a circle. Take your time. Come home to your life. Come home to your body. Come home to you. Awesome. Hug the knee in. Flex your foot. Breathe. Take your knee over to the right hip. Breathe. Inhale, come to center. Rub the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands. Rigorously rub them. Rigorously rub the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands. This activates the meridians in your palms and feet. It moves the Kundalini all through the body, not just the chakras and the third eye. Breathe. Rock up and down and come to seated. Bring your hands into a prayer. Honor yourself. Honor your moment in life. This one right here. Stand on a mountain and overlook your Saturday. Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you for this morning. Thank you, God, for my life. Thank you for everything. Inhale deep and sigh. We end with the long time sun and 3 long satnams. Inhale. May the long time sun shine upon you, and all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Inhale deep. Tea, no caffeine. It's the traditional tea to ground you into your body and make the best use of this energy that you work so hard to make come together. I gave you a little upcoming events. If you want to leave it, you don't want to take it, that's okay. But sometimes, I don't know, everyone keeps saying, they'd rather just have this and not look on the website. Whatever works for you, no judgment. like the one that says drink water.
Or go
I